With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. First play, first throw coming for Vic. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
On 3rd and 1, here's Vic. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Vic on the sneak, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
The more and more that we broadcast games, the more I realize how much this game is about the eyes. And in this case, they got fooled because the defense was checking out the eyes of the back, thinking he was getting the ball. Should have been looking at the QB, shouldn't they?
A little bit of a surprise indeed, and he was able to get forward for that 1 yard. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Vic to throw it. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Vic now steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Vic with the incompletion on 1st down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold.
Touchdown! Harold Carmichael from 10 yards out. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. On first down, Moon. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, Moon escaping the pressure right. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. Jacobs will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
Oh, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Vick with the incompletion on 1st down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Vick. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Play action now. Vick eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick, forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Vick with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end.
Touchdown, Bills! Juwan Johnson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the lead. The try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Moon. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Harris. Touchdown, Dolphins. Franco Harris. As the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
That was second down throw for Vic. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Oh, and that is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
To throw, Moon. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
To throw on third down, Moon. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
So here's Vic following the interception. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Vic on second down. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 1st and 10, Moon. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Jacobs going to try the middle.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Play action, it's Moon. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Sacked there by Ray Lewis. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Vick with the incompletion on 1st down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And the catch made by Johnson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Vick off the play fake for Sanders. Rolling to his left. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Vick with a give to Sanders. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 46 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Ed Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss. Here now, 2nd and goal. This is caught. Touchdown. Harold Carmichael with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Moon to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that. And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Throwing, Vick. Over the middle, he's got Harold Carmichael. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it with... Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and they're a point away from tying this thing up. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Vick. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Here's Vick. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Now Michael Vick. Flush to his right. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
4th down, Vick dancing to his left. Connecting with Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Vick to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you.
And now off to the races down the right side. Inside the 10 and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. First throw in overtime here for Vick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He couldn't escape the pressure, and they go backwards in a big way there on the sack. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Well, a heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
And he is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety, and the game is over. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set for football now on a sunny afternoon in the second city. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They show run with three tight ends here on first down. Right to the air is Jackson.
Being chased out left. Give him three there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
On first and 10, it's Jackson.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Able to get away. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Moon. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Now Moon.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Moon. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. To throw on second down, Moon. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. We're scoreless after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They go play action now. Jackson. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away?
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. To throw right away is Vick. Finds Gibbs on the check down.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Now Vick, he's going to change things up.
Here's Michael Vick. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Vick with the incompletion there on third down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down.
This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Moon.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Moon. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Clayton. Touchdown, Colts. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Colts put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now here's Vick. Buying time to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. That stop made by Jack Campbell. 2nd and 9. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. How about this? They'll change it at the line. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Vick. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Vick readies to throw. And that one complete to Clayton. Touchdown! A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A play fake, now Moon.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They go with Jacobs, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Now they'll change things up.
Now a first down throw, Moon. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Moon. And the catch made by Hopkins.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. Moon.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Vic now from the 50. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Vic will look to throw on first down.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Vic. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Franco Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 50 yards. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a
left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. The end result, 21 yards.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Going back to Gibbs on first down.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Vick to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. To throw, Vick.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Here's Franco Harris. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Gibbs again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. And they'll run again.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jahmyr Gibbs
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Colts have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But that's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
He's to the 10.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now the try here for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Vick now. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Forced out to his left. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Point after try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Play action. It's Moon.
Gets it downfield to Mayer.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Moon. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. On 1st and 10, Moon. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Moon to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EA Sports_MUT. With that, we say good night from Detroit.